Hello everyone, it's great to be back with you as part of our Zero Waste video series. Randy Mormon as EcoCycle's Director of Community Campaigns. I'm honored to have with me Denver City Councilwoman Stacie Gilmore. Councilwoman Gilmore is joining us from her backyard, where she will be telling us about her backyard compost.
Oh, well, thank you, Randy. I'm happy to be here. I live in the Montbello community, and a lot of our soil, not unlike the rest of the city, is really sandy. So we set up a backyard compost. We actually just got some timbers, and we set the timbers. They're not in cement or anything, but we set them in the ground, and then we just bought chicken wire. And then we put it around and just looped it around. So that kind of holds in the soil. If you dig down not very far, you can see how just sandy our soil is. And so when you look at that compared to this compost pile and how rich and dark this soil is, you can definitely tell the difference. And so when we first got started, we took our grass clippings and we made like a really nice bed of grass clippings that was maybe 3 or 4 inches deep. And then we just basically started putting on food scraps, and we'd mix it with soil. And so we would just take that sandy soil and kind of layer it on here. So one thing that you have to have, because it just makes it way funner to turn it over, is you have to have a pitchfork. So you want to take your pitchfork and you want to really get down and turn it over. And so I'll just come out here and kind of aerate it and turn it over, because you want a fair amount of air in it so that it breaks things down. When we use soil here, I'll turn it over and kind of get a good amount and kind of shake it off. And then I'll put it into a bucket like this that I can actually go through it. And then I'll transfer it to another bucket, because what you want to get out of your compost are kind of any of the little, bark. I end up with a lot of rocks in here, any sticks or anything like that. And then ultimately, I kind of lay it out in the bottom of our wheelbarrow, so that the soil's kind of laid out in a thin layer. And then I go through it one last time and then just let it set out for a little bit. And I found that that really reduces the amount of roly-polies that you might have around your plants, other insects that might eat your plants, gnats for sure. And then it also gives you a chance to take out any seeds. Backyard compost piles don't get hot enough to really break down like meat and that sort of bone scraps. We're of course part of the Denver compost program, and so once a week I'll give this compost to the city. A1 Organics, who works with the city, they have a really great outfit. They know how to do this, and their compost pile temperatures actually get hot enough to break down those bones. And so I give them that, but sometimes I keep things back for me. Through the city and county of Denver, it's really easy to be part of composting.
All right, well, let's just finish with some tips then for folks. What do you recommend for folks who want to start out composting? What suggestions do you have? And maybe there's some barriers that they're worried about. How do you overcome those?
Sometimes people are really concerned about the smell, and we really don't have any problem with smells, because we try to, layer on the grass clippings as well. It kind of keeps the smell down. And then other people are concerned about like birds and squirrels, and we have a healthy population of birds and baby squirrels in our neighborhood, and I very rarely have any issues with them back here. They pretty much leave it alone, and I think it's because we also have a pretty good top on it of just soil, so they would have to dig down quite a bit to get to all those yummy goody food scraps that they might be looking for. You just want a place where you have it all set up. It's not something that you want to be trying to move around or bring a lot of things to it. You want pretty much everything in one place. And the way that I remember, if you can compost it, is that it was anything that was living before. So, scraps of paper towel, any of those things. And then plus, any food products, and just start collecting that and get a little spot. And there's lots of great resources on the internet to get started.
Oh, well, great. Well, those are excellent tips. And thank you again so much for showing us your backyard compost. It was really great to see and learn from you about, how you set it up and everything and take care of it. So thank you again for your time today.
Oh, definitely. Thank you, and give it a try.